Hello bow hunters and archers, welcome back to Dead on TV. Tonight we're going to cover broadhead tuning. So if you're out there and you're using fixed blade broadheads, this session will help know that those broadheads are shooting where the field tips shoot. So we're going to give you a bit more confidence in a hunting situation. Tonight's show is about broadhead tuning. This is something that's vexed archers for a long time, where the broadhead planes off and doesn't shoot where the field tip is. And this is why we've seen a huge growth in mechanical blades. The problem with mechanical blades is they don't suit all purposes. For your big bones, big game, you really need a fixed blade broadhead so that it's stronger and doesn't snap off in the animal. So the good thing about this is that broadhead tuning is relatively simple. It's just a bit of patience, micro adjustments, and you'll get there. So we're going to show you that today. And the reason why a fixed blade broadhead has more trouble shooting where the field tip is because it's like a wing at the front of the arrow. So it causes a planing effect if your drop away is minusculely out. So speaking of which, let me show you some of the broadheads that we've got on the market now. There's a lot of different broadheads on the market. This is a Rage, which you don't see a lot available in New Zealand, but it's a good broadhead, massive wide cutting diameter. The only issue I have with that, because it's actually a very strong, good blade, it's made by a pretty reputable company, Faradyne, but it is a wide cutting area. So if you're talking about a big boned animal, you may not get passed through. This is the one that I really quite like, an NAP. This NAP, a little bit less of a cutting diameter, similar thickness and strength and blades. But again, I've had that snap off, and I'll show you. So here's a couple of used ones. This one broke off on a goat last week, so not really a big animal. What we're going to test today is the most popular by a country mile in New Zealand is the Muzzy. Well, they are definitely the most good quality for the price. There are much better broadheads, fixed blade broadheads on the market, but these do perform. They're reliable, you can keep shooting them, and they deliver. They shoot nice groups as well. So for the purpose of talking to everyone who's probably got a Muzzy out there, we're going to shoot these today for our fixed blade broadhead tuning. Thank you. So we've set up here at 20 meters. The thing about broadhead tuning is shoot to where you're confident you can shoot accurately. The further out you go, the more it will exaggerate the planing effect of the broadhead, and so the more you can fine tune it. So for the purpose of this video, we're just going to do 20 yards. So the trick is make sure you've shot a group of foot broadheads and a group of field points separately to ensure that both your broadheads are grouping and that both your field tips, or all your field tips, are grouping, so that you know that everything's working well there with the arrow and the broadheads. If the broadheads aren't grouping on their own together, it means you've probably got a broadhead that's not working well for your setup. Okay, so we've already done that. So the first thing to do once you have done that is shoot a field point at the target. So once you've shot your field point at the target, you then shoot your broadhead at your field point. And hopefully you haven't got a perfectly aligned setup, because otherwise you might say goodbye to that field point. Here we have our shots. You've got your broadheads shot high above your field point. So what we want to do here is, obviously, fortunately on this one, we only need to adjust for one axis. Now, even though this is quite a significant difference, we still do micro adjustments, because this is a very, very subtle adjustment. So remember, this is the thing that it gets everyone stuck, but remember, the broadhead is to be walked to the field point. So if you think of the broadhead like the bride getting walked to the husband, I guess, or the broadhead to the field point. So that means that I need to lower my arrow rest a small step at a time until I've walked this to where the field point is. So we're going to pull these arrows, make the adjustment, and shoot again. So as you saw, the broadhead was above the field point. So I've gone ahead and adjusted my arrow rest down a very small amount to lower the broadhead, walk the bride to the groom, walk the broadhead to the arrow. I hope that one sticks in your memory. Right, we'll take this shot and see how we work out. So here we have round 2 and we're pretty good. We've certainly got lucky today. Bear in mind we have had the benefit of editing, so there has been a little bit of monkeying around to get this right. But the point is, nice and slow, walk that broadhead to the arrow, do one axis at a time. So if it's down and low, down right and low, correct your right axis first, then correct your vertical axis. Because sometimes what happens is, when you correct the left and right axis, it can bring the vertical into line. So that's our broadhead tuning for you. I would ask you to chuck a like on our Facebook page. Please subscribe. We've had some really great questions coming through. One of the questions we had this week, thanks Jason, was I don't have access to a broadhead target. I don't want to spend $200 or $300 on one. You know, why don't I just keep buying mechanicals? It's a great question. Go to the Facebook page, and there you're going to find a great thread on how to do homemade broadhead shooting targets. One of my favourites is everyone's got access to a pile of sand. Go and make a sand pit and shoot into that. All right, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Take a picture